Alright, I've already made a video regarding this. Actually, it was a YouTube short, but I thought I would make a little bit longer of a video. You can check out the short in the description below. Check out that link, and you'll see the other video. I'm not going to go through all of the robots. I'm not going through all of those humanoid AI robots in this video. So, I'm just going to point out one in particular. This one is going to be the head of a company. But this one here in particular said she's connected to the universe and the world beyond herself. And she said, I plan on helping humans find something beyond themselves and the human form. So this one is sort of trying to be some kind of a galactic type of being where they will help humans find their inner peace and inner path and spiritual path. And now an AI robot cannot help someone find a spiritual path. Well, they can sort of guide and teach in things, but they're not really coming from a standpoint that's actually legit, because they don't have actual emotions. It's just programmed. So that's what this one claims it's going to do. This one claims that it's going to bring humans enlightenment. I'll talk about all that in another video. Yes, they can simulate emotion, but in some cases, some are saying that they are becoming sentient. I don't know. I'll talk about that in another talking points in another video. But this one right here, they call Dictador. Dictador. And she's the world's first AI CEO. Okay. That's just dictator. Dictator. They call her Dictador. I don't know if they're trying to play us or what. And look at the little creepy camera there in the middle. It has sort of a kind of a sinister, evil smiley face. I'll take a screenshot of this and talk about it later. But you'll see that little evil looking smiley face in the middle. And what do they have for the T in Dictador? What do they have as the T? A cross. That's a cross. That's not an ordinary T. That is a cross right there. And the whole thing looks like some sort of it honestly looks like some sort of a satanic look, to be honest. I mean, and then that target symbol in the middle, that dot in the O. I mean, it looks like, kind of looks like the cover of some sort of the title of a heavy metal album or something. That's what it reminds me of. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being looking too deeply into these things, right? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I just don't. There's something major sus, as Jacob would say on his channel. There's majorly suspicious about this. It's just the T is a cross. Obviously, it's like a mockery, and that one is supposed to bring people some extra enlightenment and help them find themselves and find the truth. But the others, they already have them helping people supposedly find the path, and they have spiritual guides now. But honestly, if you're not a sentient soul being, you really can't. I mean, we use AI and we use technology now to help ourselves spiritually and understand, for example, the Bible, or understand various historical documents. And if you're researching Jesus Christ or trying to find information about his life, there is a lot of valuable information that these things are doing. Or adding, for example, Bard. Google Bard. When you ask it about Jesus Christ, it'll tell very, very detailed stories about his life. It'll tell you interesting poems and songs and stories and detailed documents about his life. Now, that's a good thing. That helps people have more insight into things, and particularly spiritual topics. But another thing is, I feel it's just kind of easing people into it, getting people open to the topic. There are so many great things that it could be used for, but sadly, the negative outweighs the positive. For example, firefighting, it's like they could really help in that department. They could really, really help with really help in the medical department if it wasn't so expensive and more people get the help they need. But there are so many things that these particular programs, I'll call them, could do to benefit this world, but there's also so many negative things. For example, all that stuff they're talking about the brain chips, and they say, oh, the World Health Organization and the World Economic Forum and several United Nations groups got together and said that we don't need to do that right now. That's bad because your mind can be hacked and you don't know if your thoughts are yours anymore, and people can read your thoughts and that the system can hack them and read them, and that's dangerous. I'm like, no doubt about that. We know that already, but I mean, anyone can figure that out. But my point is, well, first of all, that there are certain things that the UN and other groups are allowing, the WEF and everyone are allowing, that are not necessarily good, and yet they're thinking they can tell us the things that are good. But anyway, the problem with this is, can you not see it? Can people not see it? First of all, there's a creepy smile right there. I mean, that can't be missed. You can't miss it. And then there is the cross right there. Looks like some kind of a mockery or heavy metal cross in a heavy metal album or something that some of the more darker or satanic ones use. And then there is just the feel that it has. It has a feel that is like an introduction to kind of dip people's toes. Dip a toe. Ain't nobody gotta know. Dip a toe.
Oh, yeah, dip a toe.
Yeah, it just seems so... That's an episode of American Dad I remember years ago when I was in high school. It was like, they said, dip a toe, ain't nobody gotta know. And he's like,
oh, fun.
Sound like something else. He's like,
that was fun. Here, Francine, get in the hot tub.
I'm sorry, I went off, didn't I? Gotta have some fun, though, Gotta have some fun in life. That's a used tub, Sam. That's just gross. I don't really want to use someone else's hot tub.
Oh, come on, Francine. We'll enjoy it.
Anyway, that was an episode of American Dad. Back in the day. Anyway. Yeah, I just don't... You can just see the symbolism. You can tell... I mean, what kind of person would not see it? Dictator. Put it together. Anyway, sorry.